everyone, I am here today with this week's weekly reading wrap up. This week is actually covering 2 weeks because last week I didn't film one. I didn't see the point because that week I read one whole chapter of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which was actually a really magical moment for me because I read it in the bath and it was so relaxing. It was honestly the most relaxing thing I think I've ever done. I might insert some photos here because I did take photos. It was just like, it was amazing. So yeah, this week I did a little bit better than that. I managed to read more than just one chapter. In fact, in the end, I managed to finish the Chamber of Secrets. And it's no secret that this is my least favourite book of the series. And my previous rating on Goodreads was actually 2 stars for this one. Reading the illustrated edition and just being so desperate to reread Harry Potter for so long, this is something I've been trying to do for so long now, it's actually ridiculous, that I just enjoyed this more than I ever have before. This is the most I've ever enjoyed this book by miles. It was definitely partly because it was illustrated. Some of the illustrations in this book are fantastic, but also just, I really had forgot just how fun Lockhart is. Like, Lockhart actually really makes this book more than I ever remembered. Dobby annoyed me a lot in this one. I don't understand how I ever like Dobby from this book alone. Obviously he gets better as the series goes on, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I thought I'd end up giving it 4, but I went for 5. And oh, this book is such a chunker. I just want to show you some of my favourite illustrations from this one. So we've got Moaning Myrtle. I mean, like, just the illustrations in these are just phenomenal. Like, it's crazy how much it can change your reading experience, honestly. The Death Day Party, where we've got one of the Headless Huntsmen, just like that as well, is just spectacular. And to use one of the more creepy pages, one of the pages I didn't appreciate quite so much, you've just got a page full of spiders. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this reread and I can't wait to crack on with this week's book, but more about that in a bit. So the other book I managed to read this week was, I finished my audiobook, which was The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, and I don't think I was in the mood for this. I started off really enjoying it. The first, like, little bit that I listened to the other week, which was The Jungle Book, I was into and I was enjoying. And then you go into all these other stories and I wasn't in the mood for it. I should probably have put it down rather than doing what I did do, which was force myself through it at times. So I gave this 2 stars, which feels a bit criminal to me, but I think it was one of those cases where I wasn't in the mood. It wasn't the right book for me at the time. I'll reread The Jungle Book again in the future, I am sure, because it's a classic, isn't it? Let's face it. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it, and as a result, I'm not going to be picking up any more audiobooks this year now, because basically, whenever I put the audiobook on, I was just hating listening to it because I just wanted to listen to Christmas music. You can only listen to Christmas music at this time of year. You can't do it the rest of the time. I can listen to an audiobook anytime. And so I've been popping on Christmas music a lot, which is why it even took me so long to get through such a short audiobook. So yeah, that's the story behind that. And my current Kindle book that I'm currently reading is still The Diviners. I've not even picked that up. I've just been too busy. So yeah, the fact that I haven't finished that yet is no reflection on the book and just everything to do with how busy I am. As I said a few weeks ago when I was reading it actively, I'm loving it. And I can't wait to find the time to actually finish it. So, on to this week's reading. I am, oh, this is so heavy, going to be picking this beauty up. This is the most recent illustrated edition to come out. This is obviously The Prisoner of Azkaban. And this is getting quite chunky. I'd like to see how they're going to continue these books because they are getting quite mammoth. And, you know, Prisoner of Azkaban's still quite a thin book compared to book 5, for example. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to reading this. Some of the illustrations, again, in this one are just absolutely stunning. And this is actually my favourite book of the series, probably. Prisoner of Azkaban and Order of the Phoenix have always been like my 2 favourites. I think reading this one as an illustrated edition will temporarily at least put this one firmly into first place because, oh my goodness, I just absolutely adore Prisoner of Azkaban, and the reading experience with these illustrated editions is just something else. Wonder how they're going to do Order of the Phoenix though. should be interesting. As I said, I'm not going to listen to any audiobooks, so there's no current audiobooks I'm planning on listening to. You know, my current Kindle book. I'm gonna pull out a TBR bag pick still because it's just so much fun. I wonder what we will get. I realise I'm getting really behind on these picks, but I'm not too worried about that. I always get a really sort of motivating feeling to read loads in January with the new year and everything, so I'm really not too bothered. Okay, we've got Being a Boy by Juno Dawson. Obviously, I'm familiar with Juno Dawson, but I'm not actually sure what the actual book itself is about. Okay, so this is an essential guide to growing up, and it gives readers the gritty truth to what's going on with their bodies and how to survive the social food chain. So this will probably be a really fun yet interesting and insightful quick read, I feel. So this looks a great pick for me to have early in January, is probably going to be get picked up soon. So yeah, that's what's currently going on with my reading. Let me know what's going on with your reading down below. Have you read much recently? Are you also rereading Harry Potter? I know quite a few people are. Let me know how far you've got with your rereading experience. And yeah, just drop me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me to say if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me. And I will see you soon. Bye bye!